And I remember we had applied for around 50 companies in our first slot, and I got, I think, eight interview calls in the first month itself. And so yeah, that was overwhelming for me.
And we're back with another success story today. This is Jörg and Tammo from Find a Job in Germany, in Berlin. Hi, Tammo, how are you doing?
Hi, Jörg. I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm also very good. And the reason is quite simple. We're actually invited for dinner tonight. We're having Indian food. If you don't know this park, which we're in here at the moment, this is Gleisdreieck in Berlin. And we are invited by a successful client from our program. His name is Gaurav, and he actually lives not too far away from here. So we're pretty excited and getting ready for some Indian dinner.
Well, my first proper Indian dinner in Berlin. So let's see how that goes.
Perfect. Tamo, why don't you tell us a little about Gaurav? Gaurav has been in our program. He started boarding on as a Java developer, right?
Yeah, he was a pretty good client, I would say. He's a good person. He bought it on with us like last year, summer last year. Found a job quite quickly with a bank here in Berlin. Relocated to Berlin recently. So now he's living here in Berlin Mitte. Uh, and yeah, it was a smooth process with him. Like we started working on his profile, on his CV, on his LinkedIn. Then we showed him how to apply to jobs, and then we helped him a little bit throughout the interviews. Prepared him. How is the interview process like in Germany? Because it is a bit different to what he knew from India. You know, in India, he said it's like technical round, technical round, technical round. And this is a bit different in Germany. And yeah, here we are, a few months later, sitting springtime in Berlin.
Here we are a few months later. You're absolutely right about that. In the beginning, actually, one of the things that you mentioned about him was how he's a good person. And I like that very much because, and this is also part of what is necessary to land a job in Germany, you need to have the right mindset and soft skills. It's actually not to be underestimated, right?
Yeah, like helping each other out is a big part of our program as well, because we have a huge client base by now, and of course if a software developer needs help with some technical question which we can't help them with because we're not developers, like you need to have people in your community who can help you out, who have walked this way before. And he's one of those person who never shied away when someone asked him, "Hey, can you help me with that? Could you answer me that question?" Like he was always there. He's always supportive, and yeah, that's in the end the mindset. And if you have this mindset, things will get back to you.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to some Indian dinner tonight. See you later.
Here we are at Gaurav's home. We just had a fantastic dinner. I'm completely full and also a little bit tired, to be honest. Thanks again, Gaurav, and thanks again also to your wife for that amazing dinner. And yeah, first of all, welcome to our show. I wanted to say that. First of all, welcome and thanks again for having us. How are you today?
Yeah, doing good. So first of all, thank you very much for coming, and it was really nice to have you here. We really enjoyed, and yeah, so far everything is good.
I was just telling you before, it's so crazy. Now we see for the first time in real life. We have seen over video calls so many times, and now you're here in Berlin. Um, how do you feel being here? Like how long have you been here now, and how do you feel? How is it to be in Berlin now?
So we landed here on 26th of Feb, and it's almost 1.5 month we completed, and so far it has been really good being here. So we are really liking it here.
Cool. Yeah, it's all pretty new. We're still in your temporary flat. You're looking for an apartment right now. So how has it been for you coming here, started working? Was it different for you, like to work here? Like maybe tell us a little bit about the differences from your work life in India to what it is at your new company.
Sure. So basically, the biggest difference which I have noticed is uh, a, l- I'm feeling less pressure here. What we usually doing here is, I mean, the technology difference is the biggest difference, and so here one thing I have noticed that we are using so many tools, so many good latest tools which we were not using. I was working with JP Morgan Chase, and it's a big organization, but still we were using very limited set of tools. The reason for that is, in order to use any tool in a big organization, it takes a lot. I mean, it takes, I mean, the all the approval process, and then only we are allowed to use some tool, if we new tool if we want to use. So but here, what I have seen, at least in my company, they are using all the latest technologies which are available. Like they are using AWS, Ops Genie. Some of them I haven't even heard back in India. So I came here, and the onboarding process was really nice. I am not sure about the other companies, but in my company it was really streamlined. They had given me like 2 weeks just for the onboarding, just to get familiarized with the tools they are using, with the technology, the domain, product. Everything was like streamlined, and they had created a nice. So they are using some of the dashboards like Trello and Miro, which is again a new thing. Was for me, I had never heard or used it in India at least. So yeah, so they had created some of the dashboards. It was a nice onboarding process. I had to do it everything by myself. They had documented it nicely, and it everyone was available for help. But the idea was to uh, get I mean get understanding of everything by myself, to set up my machine, my product, everything by myself, and which is a good thing. In India, it's not like that. Usually, when we join, we get like maybe as an experience. I'm saying we get maybe a few days, and someone from the team comes in and they help. Um, that is how the onboarding is done. So that was the difference, and yeah, I really liked it.
Cool, thanks a lot. Maybe let's talk also a bit about how it all started. I mean, we started working together last year. Yeah, then tell me a little bit, how was it to start working with us? How was the process? Yeah, the process that you come here.
Yes, yes. So initially, I mean, it was little uh, difficult for me to basically to decide whether to go with the program or not, because I think I was not very sure, and that was the first time I had heard something like this. Um, I mean, I was looking for an opportunity outside India, but I was not that sure that it could be this much easier, frankly. So I had applied at many places through LinkedIn. I mean, I used to apply, but I don't. I remember I got only one interview, and apart from that, I couldn't get any reply or anything. So when I remember talking to you, and we had a call after that, I thought maybe um, I I I mean the the call and the process which you explained was convincing for me, and that is the reason I thought maybe I should go and give it a try. And after that, I remember I had spent like you explained how the process and everything. You helped me with the cover letter preparation and the CV, and then you explained how we are going to track all the details and how are we going to apply to the new companies. So, and I remember we had applied for around 50 companies in our first lot, and I got, I think, eight interview calls in the first month itself, and so yeah, that was overwhelming for me. And yeah, overall it was much, I mean, it was really smooth. The one thing I mean, you realize that it was all on the individual. how soon they can crack the interview and come here. Otherwise, from your side, the support was really great, and yeah, thanks for that.
Cool, but don't make it look too easy. I guess it was also a lot of hard work. Yeah, how was it for you to deal with all those interviews? You know, like the interview structure, the coding challenges. I guess you also put a lot of effort and commitment in that. Is that right?
Yes, yes. So one thing which I realized, I mean, after failing some of the interviews and the coding challenges, that the German companies, they are basically looking for a cleaner code, and some of the things which they really focus on, like the even like they have given a simple coding challenge, but they would expect you to write a clean code, or maybe follow all the principles, coding principles. And so that was the main thing. I mean, I remember I had some of the good screening sessions, and they were really impressed in the screening sessions. But then when I submitted my coding challenges, I thought maybe it was not the perfect coding challenge which I submitted. It had some gaps, but I thought maybe since I have that much of experience, so it should be okay. But it was not, so they rejected. So that is when I realized that they need a very clean and uh, maybe it is okay to not cover everything, but whatever you are writing, it should be perfect. So that is the expectation which I felt they have. So yeah, after like some of the failures, I realized I learned from my mistakes, and also the feedbacks which they sent, that also helped. And from the constructive feedback, I was able to basically I understood what they are looking for. Then I think it was easier later to crack the coding challenges.
Exactly. I remember in your process there was this point, and after that you really like passed all the challenges, passed all the interview rounds. It was like a learning curve, which was really steep in your case, and then you got a good offer, and now we're a few months later we're here in Berlin. Um, Maybe tell us one thing. What is it all as you expected it to be here, or is there something which is not as you expected? Of course. Tell me a little bit about, how was your first impression here after being here for a few months now?
So I'm not sure. So basically, one thing I expected, less crowd, which we found. So, but overall, I mean, whatever I had heard, the Germany, I mean, I'm not sure. The Germany is beautiful, but I can tell about Berlin. So Berlin, we had seen so many videos. It was all beautiful, and when we actually came here, it was nice to see. We came. I remember we landed here at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was like 7 or 8. The what to say? The sunlight was not there, and it was so cold, but it was really beautiful. So yeah, that was our first impression. We were so happy when we were like going to the hotel from airport. We were like so happy. So the first impression was really great.
Cool. And what are the next steps now? I mean, obviously, I guess finding an apartment, like a permanent apartment, then, and getting settled, sending your daughter to kindergarten. And what are your plans now for the next months?
Yes, yes. So the good part with me, for me at least, my company had provided the visa assistance, and the visa company which they hired, which is Visa, right? So they had taken care of everything. I mean, my the visa which I got from India, entry visa, the city registration, the resident permit. So it was quite fast. So I landed here on 26th, and I got the. So I have seen this complain, I mean few people, that it's difficult to get the appointment for city registration, but I'm not sure how. But I got the city registration. I moved here in this apartment on 1st of March, and we went for the city registration on 3rd. And on, I think, 23rd, we went for our blue card appointment. So it has not arrived, but we are hoping to get it soon, probably by the end of next week. And later on, once I get the blue card, which is the resident permit, then it would be easier to find the long term apartment, so which is our next goal. Yeah, and once we move into our apartment, a long term apartment, we will try to find a kindergarten for our daughter. And yeah, that is something which we are targeting for next month.
Cool. Then, yeah, I'm wishing you all the best for that. I guess we're gonna see each other again pretty soon. Maybe on a cricket when you play your first cricket game here, because you went for your first training yesterday. Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking for, since I'm from India, so the cricket craze will always be there. So when I landed here, I was even in India. Before coming to Berlin, I was searching on Google or Facebook whether I'll be able to find some group for cricket or not. Fortunately, I found one. So yeah, I went for playing yesterday, and it was a I was like quite happy to see such a beautiful ground there. Mm, so yeah, it was nice.
Cool. So we make our next video when you have your first cricket game. I understand the rules, and then we make a YouTube video about that. Maybe also some of our viewers from India can rate how you play then. So far, thanks a lot, Gaurav, and also to your wife, obviously, for having us here again and for that beautiful dinner you made for us. We really appreciate that, and we're wishing you all the best for the upcoming weeks and months. If you have questions, please approach us. We're happy to help, of course. And yeah, good to have you here, and all the best for your future, for you and your family.
Yeah. So, just before we wrap up this, few things I want to say, that thanks a lot for helping us. And I know it's not that easy to come to change a country, to find an opportunity outside, but frankly, with, I mean, whatever the time I took, it was all because of me, and you guys were super helpful. And thanks a lot for that, for giving us for helping us in finding the correct opportunity. And yeah, the, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you. All the best, and see you soon. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.